Hickok 45 here. Have an interesting rifle at the compound. It's a CMMG and it's called the MK47 Mutant. Pretty appropriate for me, right? Be shooting something that's called a Mutant. I don't know if the Ninja Turtles made it or not. I think CMMG did. And this is the AKM version of it. So it looks kind of like an AR, doesn't it? Whoa, got an AK mag though. Well, let's take a couple of shots at 230 yards before we start and talk about it too much. I think I can maybe hit that 12-inch plate over there. Maybe, if I can hold it. It's really steady. I have done it, but let's try it. I'd like to hit it once or twice. Make me feel good. All right. Oh, that was neat. I saw it moving and then heard it. Low, I think. Okay, relax. This is tough for me. Ooh, that was close. So was that. I'm gonna hit it this time. You watch. Because I know where to hold. What'd I tell you? That's the trick. The trick is not just knowing where to hold, it's holding where you know to hold when you squeeze the trigger. But anyway, I don't want to tax my brain too many more times or I won't be able to talk about the rifle. So let's make sure it's on safe, which it is. Look familiar? Looks like an AR, doesn't it? And then let's just mosey on down to the shooting table. See if we can sneak up on the shooting table in these leaves. Kind of like we do in the woods walks, right? Like we're actually sneaking up on somebody. So you see what we have here, and it is hot. So we'll just shoot some more. Maybe there's a few rounds left. I think you see your Magpul stock and pistol grip. You've got that's actually a Magpul magazine in there. It comes with a couple of Magpul magazines. So your key mod rail. It's a free floated barrel, and I put some Magpul sights on it. Didn't have any sights on it when I acquired it and obtained it against a T&E gun. So let's just try a couple shots here. It bothers me having ammo in the magazine. Really does. Let's try one of those red plates. Yeah. Try the other one. That's a little bit easier, even though we're losing light, right? Nice. Let's try something close, like a 2-liter. Cool. Ah, a pot. Boy, it'll smoke a pot. No doubt about that. Oh man, that is real smoke. Let's put the smoke out with some liquid. I should have shot the pot and immediately hit the 2-liter to put out the smoke to avoid a fire, right? There's a wooden box someone put there. Wooden crate, gone. Well, we got to remember, this is a great pot smoker. Great pot smoker. I'm going to go back over there. Oh, no, I'm not. Now that part of it is like an AK, isn't it? It did not hold the magazine or the bolt back when it was empty. So that's just to let you know there's a little bit of AK in this baby. All right, so here's what we have, and it should be empty. We'll double check. Yep, she's clear. Oh, that looks like an AR. That's kind of what you have here, isn't it? You have an AR, or, well, you don't have an AR. You have, you know why we have these other two firearms over here on the table, in fact? Because this CMMG evolved from those two, right? An AR-15, the Daniel Defense, and we got an Arsenal AK. And we have kind of a mix here. We have an well, I'm not going to call it an AR. It's an MK47. It takes an AK mag, essentially about any of them probably. You might find one that doesn't take as well. Ships with these P mags for the AK, and of course I have a lot of these Circle 10s, which I love. These Bulgarian Circle 10s are really nice magazines, and it seems to work with these just fine. I've experienced no problems with it. Got one here. Pretty neat rifle, I have to say. John and I have been shooting it, and we've been, I don't know that we're falling in love with it. That'd be a little extreme, you think, John? But we like it. we are enjoying it, and have shot it several days, and it's just pretty cool. I like the rail. It's the perfect size, and especially with nothing on it, it just feels good. And of course you got your full Picatinny rail there. You can put anything on the top there you want. I just got some PMAG, some sights on it, the M-bus sights, backup iron sights, backup polymer sights, because I kind of like those, and boom. And I might try a red dot on it sometime too. But it operates like an AR in a lot of ways. You got the bolt. Let me show you the bolt before it gets too hot. It's some of the things that they've done. There are several outfits that are, of course, offering kind of ARs that will chamber the 7.62 by 39, and will take a magazine maybe, and that kind of thing that will work with it. These use the AK mags. That's one of the cool things about it that I like about it. And they start out with, from what I understand, an AR-10 bolt and bolt face and everything. It's all beefy and big, and then it's just cut down a little bit to where it's a little bit shorter. Okay. So it's healthy. It's definitely healthy, no doubt about it. So it's kind of strange, isn't it, having an animal like this that actually takes an AK magazine. It almost doesn't compute. But that is cool. You've heard me tell the stories how for a while I went through there just before I got the 300 blackout. I was really in the mood for an AR that was chambered in 7.62 by 39. Every time I'd ask people about it, they'd say, yeah, I don't know, the mags just aren't there yet. They're not really reliable, and you might want to rethink that, or someone's coming out with one that's maybe going to be more reliable and all that. But all that, be that as it may, this is a new offering from CMMG, and you probably are familiar with CMMG. They've made AR parts and different parts and offered them for a long. I've had a couple around here, I think. Seem to do a pretty good job as far as I know. I don't know if they're the top of the line, but they've offered components for ARs for a good while. And this gun is pretty interesting. Your regular gas kind of system, direct impingement. That is their, I guess, proprietary, you could say, the CMMG brake there, which is okay. Now with this caliber and that brake, I normally don't like muzzle brakes. They just they jar your brain, and I rush to take them off. Generally speaking, this was not too bad. It's got enough blast, but it's pretty nice. This thing is a sweet shooter. It just lays in there, and it's not heavy. Some of the advantages, I guess, of this would be, you got your AR components. If you want to change out stocks, it's not a problem. You don't need adapters and all that. A pistol grip, just whatever, sights, your rail. It is, kind of AR-ish in that sense, isn't it? But then you've got your AK mags that it takes, and your AK round, at least your 7.62 by 39, which a lot of us really like. Okay? And theoretically, and from what I've read, may be some of it just company propaganda. I don't know. You have to work your own self through the weeds, don't you, on all this? But because it's an AR and it's the way it's built in terms of the lockup and everything, it should be, and they claim it is, an accurate rifle. Me, the kind of accuracy that I'm trying for is good enough for me, because I'm not a bench rester and I don't do all that. But if I can stand, and when I hold it on target, it hits a 12-inch plate at 230 yards, and every miss, I know when I'm going to miss, because I'm just a little off. It's not the gun, it's not the cartridge or anything. It's going to hit it every time if I can hold it solid. So that's good enough for me, as they say, minute a bad guy. That's kind of what a lot of us, mainly are interested in. In other words, just good accuracy. Doesn't have to be capable of driving nails at 1,000 yards, although that could be your game too. Most people who are interested, I think, in the 7.62 by 39 cartridge, that like that cartridge, like the AK, maybe they're not going for 1,000-yard accuracy anyway. I don't know. That's kind of the arena for the 308, maybe 30-06, and even the 5.56 these days, right, with the heavy bullets. But this is a pretty neat rifle. Let me shoot it here a little bit more. Why don't we go ahead and shoot this? Where'd it go? There it is. Some of this fusion ammo. Now, one thing that's different about it, I've noticed, it works fine. You know, with an AK, you kind of put it up in here. This, you just have a little more angle, and it goes in just very nicely, like that. It's got a big mag release on it. It's almost a little too big. I've hit that accidentally. I mean, I think it's designed so you can just push it with your finger. Yeah, ambidextrous, like that. So if you're gonna pull that out, you can just touch it, you know, and it's ready to go. So that's pretty cool. Maybe almost a little too easy. It's a little too big maybe for my preferences, but it works very well. So let's get the ears back on. We got some more things here that need to be shot. Typical safety, AR, you know, fire, safe, no problem. I wonder if I could hit one of those clay pigeons where I need to hold. Oh, wow, right there, I guess. Okay, need to hold just at the top edge of it at this distance. We have a 2-liter that should not be alive. Oh, there's another pot that needs smoking. Oh man, it really smokes them. Like a 12 ouncer there. Did the job on that, man. Let's go back. Oh, a cinder block over there. It's kind of smoky too, isn't it? This is good training because we're losing ideal light here. It's very cloudy, so more realistic, right? Click. There you go. You know, I do have one magazine over here. I think I have it marked. If I can find it. That I changed out. Yeah, that's it. I changed out the follower. Somebody, I meant to look it up. I forgot who it is now. Maybe I'll put that in the description. They sent me 4 or 5 followers for AK mags that will hold the bolt back on the last round. Of course, it's not really held back in a lot of ways. If the magazine's holding the bolt back, and as soon as you take the magazine out, it falls forward, so you don't gain a lot, but it does hold it back. Okay, so I put one in, right? Sure did. Oh, I forgot I was firing fusion there. Okay. Sweet. Let's work on this drum right here. Check the trigger reset. Okay. Oh, some propane. I love those sparks. Pretty nice. Let's put them out. Put the fire out. Oh boy. Ah, everything's down. Boy, can't quit on a miss. Man, that thing is, it's a dude, I'll tell you. Part of it's that muzzle brake really holds it in there. Let's bring it back over here and see if there's anything that else that I might remember about it that you might care to know about. Now again, I don't know, you know, we've shot it quite a lot and we've not had any problems. I can't, you know, say with authority, you know, this thing is good for 10,000 rounds. I don't know, you know, like AK reliability, that's one of the advantages of an AK. Shoot them all day, shoot them all year, right? Cleaning is usually not essential, right, to get a few rounds through those things. I have cleaned this, and I've not babied it, and it just keeps on cranking. Let's clear that, pull that out. Okay, there you go. Fire. All right, and again, I mean the AR, of course, features of it are everything you see there, and the pistol grip and the breakdown. It has that big bolt, and it takes AK magazines. You notice you've got. One of the advantages too is the way it is designed here. You don't have this big mag well. That's the reason you're able to do that, and they work well. Okay, they lock in great, and they just fit great. You think you're just loading your AK. You get some weird situations with some ARs and some hybrid guns that are designed to take the AK mags, I think. But they seem to have looked at all those possibilities with this one, and have at least attempted to do it. I don't know about the right way, whatever the right way is, but it seems pretty nice. What about it? That anything else that we've noticed in our shooting? It seems to be easy to lay right in there and shoot fast. And follow-up shots, we've noticed it's really good with that. Again, partly the muzzle brake, because it's not a heavy gun. It's 7 pounds, just barely over 7 pounds. So it's not a 10 or 11 pound rifle. And from reading the literature, that's one of the things they talk about is having designed it with the right balance so that it doesn't have to be 10 pounds, but yet it'll still withstand and handle the pressure of the 7.62, that tapered cartridge, 7.62 by 39. But you don't have a lot of the issues you have with some AKs, of course. With a stock AK, you got stock problems sometimes. I do, so that's of course nice. Just a sweet gun. It feels good, and it seems to shoot well. We're going to shoot it quite a bit, and see if we can get it to malfunction. I might shoot a couple more times right now, although I'm kind of out of targets. I've got a 40 round mag. I'm not going to, well, I'll put it in just to show you it works. I doubt that I'm going to shoot 40 more rounds in it at all. It seems well built. Again, some things could turn up after 10,000 rounds, but it seems to be put together well. And it runs around, I think they've got 3 models of them, and this one's kind of the middle, the AKM version. It does not, I think one of the higher end models for another 100, 200 bucks or something has a Geisley trigger in it. This has, I believe, the CMMG trigger, and it's not a bad trigger. John's not crazy about the trigger, but I think it's not bad myself. You can get some really lousy triggers on stock ARs and AKs. There's no doubt about that. Let me pull that again. Yeah, it's not too bad. Of course, I like a heavier, stiff trigger myself, but it's not really that stiff. I was trying to make a point there. I think I forgot what my point was. It probably didn't matter anyway. But it's an interesting gun and feels good. Let's just take a couple more shots. Oh yeah, I know what I was going to do. I was going to give you the pricing. This one I think runs about $16.50, something like that. Then there's was it AKM2 or something that's about 18 or something like that. So I don't know, you can get all that on the websites and stuff, but we just found it interesting and are pleased to be able to try it out. You know me, I like AR-15s and I like AKs a lot. So I don't know if I want to blend them. I'm kind of a traditionalist. Maybe I just soon keep my AR and AR and my AK and AK, But it does interest me because it looks like an attempt to blend the best of both worlds, that kind of thing. So that's interesting. Thought you might find it interesting anyway. Okay. No malfunctions yet. Let's see if we can cause this malfunction. Maybe shoot it one-handed. You think? It's not too heavy, but. I don't think it's meant to be a pistol. I know one thing, it's hard to miss with. We're unsafe, and I guess I've shot it enough. So anyway, CMMG, we appreciate them letting us borrow the thing. And I really, unless you just hate this sort of thing, I can't find any negatives yet, really, to speak of. You know, unless you're just a purist and you don't like a AK magazine sticking out of something that looks like an AR. You know, there's some things about that you just might not like or want. But it shoots great. I like the trigger, and it shoots a round that I like, the 7.62 by 39. I really like that round, and it feels good. You know, you can change out the sights to whatever you want, and of course all the kind of pistol grip and all that sort of thing to your own tastes. So pretty cool at this point. I can't be too critical of it. So maybe at a later date when it starts malfunctioning, or I can't hit anything with it. How's that? So anyway, the CMMG MK Mutant, and it's not manufactured by the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or anything. It's made by CMMG, and this is the AKM model. So pretty interesting firearm. I have to admit, life's good.